No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Corvallis, Reser Stadium, home of the Oregon State Beavers. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the East Carolina Pirates, taking on last year's national champions, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Pirates will get us started with the opening kickoff. And here he comes out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Looking to throw on first down. Coming out aggressively. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. That is what we call in the industry a rather inauspicious start.
No doubt, Reese. And just the quarterback and his receiver not on the same page on that throw. You're trying to come out in the game. You're trying to set the tone. That is not how this offense envisioned this game opening up.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short game. Guys, let's talk big picture East Carolina. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range that people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
They go to the ground. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Working that left side now. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Makes the catch.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Red pass, it's complete. Touchdown, Purple Pirates! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quick release on the RPO. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
And the Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. The quick out. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon. And he's putting this defense on alert early.
It's complete on the right side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Now on second down. The give to the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Finds his man. It's Bigley. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
The Beavers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gives it on the option. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Ready.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. A run for the quarterback. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon State!
This is like having an extra a running back in your backfield, this quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. So a drive there of 85 yards. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Conway. Now the toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
How do you not love to see that when your cornerback gets in the run fit? When he's not scared to come up and tackle. A lot of those guys, they can be prima donnas. They don't want to tackle. Nice job seeing it. And as soon as that thing's pitched, you can tell, man, he pulls the trigger and makes the tackle for the loss.
Gonna swing it on second down. Dumps it off in the flats. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Pirates will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Right down the middle. He's got it.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26.
Here we go.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He makes a grab. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
It's so hard to get to quarterbacks when they get the ball out of their hands this fast. Great job understanding what the defense is doing, right away assessing, hitting the corner route right off the jump.
They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal.
Trick 9, beat.
Quarterback wedging it in there on the quarterback sneak. Sneaks it in.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Here's a heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
Here's the pressure. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the 2nd quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you could really get dangerous in this ballgame.
Just got one on that last run. Now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. Snagged in the middle. It's Anger. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Beavers come to the ball, trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a 4th down. And the Beavers decide to punt it away. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Makes a move. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the 1st down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? And the Pirates now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds the tight end. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. Fourth down coming. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on fourth down.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he makes the catch. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Beavers want to move quickly. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Gets it out fast. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The give on the inside. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, sack.
Back to pass. He's got it down the middle. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. The Beavers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Got it behind the line. It's Anger. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He's chased out of bounds inside the 15. They'll mark him out at his own 14-yard line. Not much on that kick return. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Beavers will kick it away to start the second half. And he's going to try to return this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down to...
Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up
into the secondary on the right. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, ECU. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
And he's going to bring this one out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out of bounds.
And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this, because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Beavers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. At the 35, he's loose. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Myers on the move. Got his man downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks, we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Makes the grab. It's Osborne. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Quarterback now breaking the field. He's got him in the flat. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
That boy's got you holding your breath every time he runs the football. So elusive, so fast. He scrambles around, buys time, and throws an incompletion. But every incompletion even looks good because it's so exciting to watch.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They just keep firing. That's caught. It's Osborne. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The Pirates have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. They'll move the tight end. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Direct snap. It is Conway. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback will keep it. Hiding for the goal line, and the ball's out. Looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, East Carolina! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Sets up the screen. Breaks into the open. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Fires left. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. There he goes. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Flushed out of the pocket. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you get more and more hits in the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of the big play coming on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
On the ground, it's Conway. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Might be changing the route. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Got his man quickly. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Strong, firm tackle.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
The Beavers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs and just make that clock run.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Off the RPO, complete. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on it.
Touchdown, Beavers! They move on top here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch. In those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here, you need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Going right to work up top. Makes the catch. It's Osborne. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, is that good situational football. Understanding what they're trying to do. They're trying to get it to their speedster. I got to come up. I got to get him on the ground. Nice execution by this defense, and they're going to need more of it late in the football game.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
After getting 4 sacks last game, this defense really is trying to create an identity as being one of the better pass rushing units in the entire country. Haven't really seen that, though, in this game so far until that last play. Now let's see how that affects the rest of this game.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And it's now or never. It's do or die for this offense. 4th down, late in the game, trailing. They absolutely have to connect and move the chains right here. This thing's over.
Gotta have it here on 4th down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Here's a throw downfield late. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They're moving quickly after that big 4th down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't. Find anybody open.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
Using his legs to buy some time. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Got a move on the return. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gunner. Defense gets the timeout call. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, East Carolina.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Fires to the big fella. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line.
Takeover, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. To the air on 1st down. Stands in and takes the hit. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Goes to the knee, and that will wrap it up, and their magical season continues. How much fun was that one? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.